Hello good people, welcome back to episode 2 of this series where I recreate some of the greatest inventions that I've found all over the internet. If you haven't watched episode 1, please make sure to go watch it and leave a like, please. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So what we're looking at here is the burning glass. A burning glass, or burning lens, is a large convex lens that can concentrate the sun's rays onto a small area, heating up the area and thus resulting in ignition of the exposed surface. Burning mirrors achieve a similar effect by using reflecting surfaces to focus light. They were used in the 18th century chemical studies for burning materials in closed glass vessels where the products of combustion could be trapped for analysis. The burning glass was a useful contrivance in the days before electrical ignition was easily achieved. Oh, so this is what people used to use to start fires. It's basically like when kids used to use magnifying glasses to try set ants on fire. I don't know which kids did that. I never got a magnifying glass, but I tried to do it with my sunglasses, which, now that I think about it, was quite stupid. The Greek mathematician Archimedes was said to have used the burning glass as a weapon in 212 BC when Syracuse was besieged by Marcus Claudius Marcellus of the Roman Republic. I'm going to try to recreate this design right here. So first of all, we're going to need 4 different parts of the build. We're going to need the base, the wheels, the arm, and last but not least, the glasses themselves, the lenses. This is a good height, I think, to start off on. I think it's a pretty good height. This was made out of mostly slabs, I think. So we're going to need some slabs of wood. And I think these will work well. Okay, I think that's the base done. Now we need to add some wheels. So I couldn't really tell from the design, but we needed to add some wheels. But the wheels looked metallic, and from the design, it kind of looked like a copper shield of sorts, but just as a wheel, which is kind of odd. But I'm going to try use copper since I don't really know what metal that was. I'm going to need waxed copper and waxed chiseled copper. Ooh, I've never actually that's actually perfect for a wheel. It's gonna be a very crude wheel, but it's going to be a wheel nonetheless. Yikes, that is horrendous. Do we have copper trapdoors? Yes, we do. I didn't know we had copper trapdoors. Okay, that's going to make things, I think, much easier. Oh, perfect. Although that's a very gigantic wheel. I do have to say, that's a gigantic wheel. Although I really want to include this because it does look like an axle that the wheel would rotate around. I might have to make it a 4-block wheel. Oh, it works, but it's just so much less intriguing. But I think that's what we're gonna have to work with for now. Wheel number 2, wheel number 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's all 6 wheels done. I'm pretty sure there were 6 wheels. Now we need to add the railings that go around and a staircase for people to get up onto the platform. Okay, and then we need to add the other arms that keep up the glass. So I'm going to add barrels on either side facing outwards, and then from there we're going to make the arm that holds up the magnifying glass up to about this height. I think this is the height it went up to. That's one of the arms, and now we need to make the other arm on the other side. There. So now we have both arms. This is actually insanely perfect. I did not realize that I built this in the exact direction of the sun. This was a pure coincidence. Or was it? Maybe I just think that far ahead. Oh no. But this was genuinely a kind of a coincidence. I didn't expect this to happen. Okay, it has to be tilted. So the sun is up there. It has to be angled in a way where it reaches this spot. It's going to be reaching this pedestal. So this is where the sun's going to be. So I think it might have to be either a bit further, or we have to move this thing over here, so that when the sun gets concentrated through that ring, it gets concentrated down onto the surface where something will be cooked. I don't know what, maybe a chicken, maybe a cow, we don't know. It does not look good, it does not look pretty, but it does really communicate the idea. Now we just need to add some finishing touches to the build. Okay. Finally! I feel like this is a really good block to cook something on. This was once chicken, but now it's been cooked so hard that it's turned into crispy something. So that's the entire build completed. It looks really nice. I can't believe I actually made this look it's almost the spitting image of the original design. So yeah, let's move on to the second invention of the day. So here we have the clock. Now you see, I'm well aware that Minecraft has clocks, but you see, the clock is such an incredible invention. You can't tell me you would be able to live properly without a clock, or just some way to tell the time. The clock is that important. We have watches, we have clocks on our phones, we have it on almost every device, even on your stinking microwave. So that's why I added the clock here. A clock, or chronometer, is a device. Ooh, wait, chronometer. Ooh, I'm going to be calling it that from now on. A clock or chronometer is a device that measures and displays time. The clock is one of the oldest human inventions, meeting the need to measure intervals of time shorter than the natural units such as the day, the lunar month, and year. Devices operating on several physical processes that have been used over the millennia. Some predecessors to the modern clock may be considered clocks that are based on movement in nature, such as the sundial, a very incredible clock that I've heard about. A sundial shows the time by displaying the position of a shadow on a flat surface. There is a range of duration timers, a well-known example being the hourglass. Water clocks, along with sundials, are possibly the oldest time measuring instruments. Now you see, Minecraft already has a clock, and I'm going to try kind of base the clock design that I'm going to make around the Minecraft clock. But I'm going to make it look a little bit cooler. But first of all, I'm going to need a completely white map. I stop here and slide up there. Okay, so this is where I have to do the command. I think 160 and 160, if that's able to be done. Okay. Yes, okay, that's what we want. So as you can see, we built this really large box, but in order to turn this into a white room, we need to fill this entire place with maps. Cool, so all I need to do is place maps all over these walls. Now I think I might be able to do this automatically if I just do this, but instead I replace it with item frame. Frame? Oh no, I won't be able to do that, but item frame. Okay, so looks like I have to do this manually. Yay. Okay guys, I'll see you when I'm done with this. Okay, so we have made the entire white room, and you can't even tell where. Okay, well you can't. I didn't make this entire wall, but the rest of the walls are made, and I am lagging. You can't even see anything. You can't tell where I am in the room. Oh, you see? Things like that. We're going to build the clock itself on this wall, and it's basically, I'm going for an idea where this is like the father of time, you know? Mother Nature and Father Time. So we're going to be going for an old grandfather clock. Not a grandfather clock, but a clock that is a grandfather, if you get what I mean. The shape, it's going to start from about here. Now that is the circle, but you see, I don't want this clock to look like a proper clock. Since it's a grandfather clock, I need this clock to be a little slouched, so I'm going to bring this side down a little bit Yes, this is getting the idea that I want. Okay, so actually first I need to fill this in. If you look at the clock here, there's this little spot up there that where the time isn't shown. If you, I don't understand what I'm saying. I don't think you understand what I'm saying, as the viewers. It's really hard to explain. But this little spot up there that shows where the time is ticking and the click is clicking. Oh. Okay, that's the shape I'm trying to go for, yes. Okay, so now we need to add the day and night cycle. So we have that, but we don't... Now, you see, the thing is that this clock is... It doesn't really look old. That's the thing. It's a Minecraft clock that's sagging, but it's not a Minecraft clock that's old. So what I need to do is, first of all, I need to make this look a bit more detailed. Okay, I think that's a better clock. That's a better looking clock. Now I need to give it eyes, and it needs to look like it's sagging. Oh. Something that makes it look old is like when it weathers. Like if it loses some of its color, like it's dulling away. So if I need to make the gold look less shiny, because you see this gold, it looks like it's a clock that's just really, really new. And I need to make it not look new. Copper? Wait. Okay, new plan. We're making this whole thing out of copper, but I need the waxed versions. Okay, I think that's really good. That's a really good clock. But I wanted to make this clock seem a bit more magical and mysterious. Maybe it'll come to me another day, and I'll come back and finish this build. So to finish off this build, all I need to do is finally add these last item frames and maps. And then we'll have this grandfather clock in its white magical room. And there we have it. And there we have it. The grandfather clock. It really lags out my game. But it's very impressive. I like it quite a lot. What was the hardest part was just making the white room. The clock itself wasn't that hard. I think I could have put a bit more effort into the clock, but what took the most amount of time was making the room. So I'll probably be adding more things inside this room because I don't think I'm going to make many of these unless I use a structure block. So yeah. That's build number 2. Now let's move on to the third invention. Now last but not least, we have the Tesla coil. This is an invention designed by Nikola Tesla. He was the inventor who created this back in 1891. So that was quite a long time ago. A Tesla coil is an electrical resonant transformer circuit designed by inventor Nikola Tesla in 1891. It is used to produce high voltage, low current, and high frequency alternating current electricity. Tesla experimented with a number of different configurations consisting of 2 or sometimes 3 coupled resonant electric circuits. For those who don't understand, just know I kind of don't understand either. So originally Tesla coils used fixed spark gaps or rotary spark gaps to provide intermittent excitation of the resonant circuit. More recently, electronic devices used to provide the switching action required. I'm going to be building this Tesla coil in my world. I don't know how I'm going to get the lightning, but we'll see. I'll try my best. So I'm going to build it over here, just by the Da Vinci tank. So from what I could see, it was waxed copper. So this has to go quite high. Now this is where it becomes slightly more difficult. I need to have iron blocks. because iron blocks have these lines, these grid lines that kind of look like they kind of look like coils, the coils in the Tesla coil. So I'm going to have to make the circle first. 2, 2, 2, and then another 2. There. To make it look like a circle. So that looks like a circle already, and we just need to make that all the way around. Okay, that looks like a circle. What I need to do is fill in this area here, and I need to double it up in size as well. All I need to do is add these to make it look somewhat spherical. Okay, that looks like the first sphere, although I'm not sure whether it would be best to remove this layer and just have it be 3. I think it's too thick. I think I just need to flatten it down a little bit. Hopefully this should look better. Yes, it does. It actually does look much better. Now I need to just build the second coil. Whoa! Look at that. Now if I was to try build this up again, I can't really make it look spherical. Okay, that's the second layer to the Tesla coil. And it's coiling. It definitely is coiling. Now I just need to at least have this be somewhat attached. I'm not sure that's how the Tesla coil is supposed to work. I feel like it makes sense for it to be attached. Okay, so this is my Tesla coil. It looks quite weird, but you see now I need to make this look a little bit cool. Right now it just looks like like some donuts on a stick. And donuts on a stick isn't what I'm going for. I'm going for a Tesla coil. So what I could do is just have sticky piston. I'm going to have one here. Have one here, have one here, have one here. I'm going to make these observers repeat themselves. So it has to be this way. Nope. Has to be looking. There. There. Like that. It's going to be very noisy. It's going to be very noisy. How do I pick these up? How do I stop? I might be an idiot, possibly one of the biggest of all time. Lightning doesn't strike on copper. Strikes on a lightning rod. Believe it or not. No, hopefully. Okay, I can do that with lightning rod as well. Lightning rod. And then I want to throw perfectly down onto the lightning rod. Nice. Now you see, that's what we want. Bang, bang. Perfectly on top. Extremely loud. Kills my ears. It's killing my ears. Oh. Place it there. You see, like that. My ears! Dang it! My ears! Whoa! My ears! Yo! 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 So thank you guys for watching. Hope I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, it's very loud. It's very loud. Bye-bye.